Seeing experimental driverless cars going down Highway 101 in Silicon Valley or parking on San Francisco streets is not all that unusual anymore. As many automakers make plans for self-driving vehicles, it is only a matter of time before such cars become a big part of the great American traffic jam. Many experts expect self-driving cars to become common in the next decade. Already, people working with and thinking about these technologies are starting to ask what these driverless automotive vehicles could mean for cities in the future. As scientists and car companies forge ahead with the development of self-driving vehicles, researchers, city planners, and engineers are considering how city spaces might change if our cars start doing the driving for us. Such automation is going to allow for new ways to use spaces in cities and the car itself. Imagine a city where you will not have to drive all over looking for a parking spot, because your car will drop you off and then wait for you in a distant parking lot. Or maybe it will be collected by a special machine and taken away with other cars, like a row of shopping carts. As much as 1/3 of the land in some cities is devoted to parking. Some of this will be allocated for other purposes in these future cities. Many of those working with these ideas believe that these cities of the future will have narrower streets because street-side parking will no longer be necessary. Some city planners expect that the cost of homes will fall because more space will become available for them in cities. If parking on city streets is reduced, homes, offices, and other kinds of businesses will take up that space. Large department stores, big box stores, and shopping malls, which now require huge parking lots, may be able to move into cities more easily if parking lots are no longer required. Also, city air will likely be cleaner because people will drive less. 30% of driving in business districts is spent looking for parking spots, totaling almost 1 billion miles of driving wasted that way in the U.S. every year. Researchers for the Autonomous Intersection Management Project, created by the Artificial Intelligence Laboratory at the University of Texas at Austin, imagine cities where traffic lights no longer exist at all. Instead, sensors in the automotive vehicles and streets will direct the flow of traffic. Although an animated video demonstrating an automated traffic intersection looks like total chaos, the project team insists that such intersections will reduce traffic jams, fuel costs, and accidents, and will allow cars to drive through cities without stopping. For some, however, these hopes and promises sound familiar. The future city is not going to be free of traffic jams. That same prediction was made when cars began to be mass-produced, that streets would become less crowded as they replaced horses, said Bryant Walker Smith, a member of the Center for Automotive Research at Stanford University. Things won't be as nice as we're imagining. Mr. Smith has an alternative vision of the impact of automated cars, which he believes is inevitable. He says that driverless cars will allow people to live farther from their offices. Some, perhaps many people, will be more open to a longer daily commute, despite the nicer city centers, leading to even more urban sprawl than there is now. He also says that cars will become an extension of the home. I could sleep in my driverless car or work out on an exercise bike in the back of the car on my way to work, he said. Time spent in cars will essentially be very different than it is today.